Hello everyone, Ollie here from Leeds Talk Cinema, and I just got done watching the newly released, as of yesterday, Netflix original film, Night Always Comes. Now, this film stars and is co-produced by Vanessa Kirby, and the film revolves around her character, who is Lynette, and she basically lives with her mother and older brother, and her role in the film is basically to gather up the amount of money she needs, which is $25,000, to keep her family home from being taken away from them. Basically from being evicted from the house and become homeless, of course. So it's a very interesting story, as I've just mentioned, and the tone of it, albeit being, you know, kind of a little bit all over the place sometimes, but a very interesting premise with interesting themes. And yeah, so I saw this film being advertised not too long ago on Instagram, because I follow the Netflix UK account on Instagram, and I saw them advertise this film, and I was like, oh, okay, that was quite cool. Like, again, I like to look at the themes that they're portraying. I saw like a trailer and a poster, and it looked quite interesting. So today, this afternoon, I decided to put it on. It's only like an hour and 50-minute film, so I was like, yeah, let's put it on, let's give it a watch and see what I think. And here are my thoughts. So starting off with my positives for the film, I think the best part of this film is Vanessa Kirby's performance. I think she really gives it her all in this. Like, I've only seen her in two other things, which is of course Fantastic Four First Steps, which I watched the other day with ℕ𝕆𝕚𝕚 and reviewed, and also the film Napoleon, which I also went to go watch with ℕ𝕆𝕚𝕚, but we didn't do a review on it. And I wasn't very fond of the film, but I thought Vanessa Kirby, while being a little bit underutilized in the film, I thought she was one of the best parts of the film. So yeah, I think she's a really good actress, from what I've seen her in, and this is absolutely the best performance that I've seen her portray. So yeah, this is absolutely the best part of the film, best aspect of the film, and her performance is really raw and intense as well, and you also feel sorry for her as well because of the situation she is in, but also her family, but you feel the most sorry for her. And the progression that she goes through throughout the film is really intense and wrought. So yeah, I think she's brilliant. So that's my best aspect that I can give for the film. Next, I think the atmosphere of the place where this is filmed, which is in Portland, Oregon. I don't know if it's set in Portland, Oregon, but I think it was filmed in Portland. Either way, I think it was set in Portland, Oregon, and obviously a lot of the film is shot at night time, and Portland is portrayed in this film as really dirty and grimy. I don't know if that's what Portland is really like, but I think the film does it really well. And yeah, that was another thing. The way it was shot as well, I really liked certain shots. And also, like I briefly mentioned earlier, with the themes of the film, being obviously class and survival. Because obviously the film is revolving around this family trying to survive. So it really brings off this powerful energy, if that makes sense. I think the way the choice that they made of the themes that they chose, I thought was really good as well. Now, moving on to my mixed aspects. While I think the premise or the story is strong, I do think it sometimes leans a little too much on the crime thriller cliches, and that kind of undercuts the more emotional things in the film. I do think the tone is also a little bit uneven, like I may briefly mentioned at the beginning. It's sometimes portrayed as like a raw drama, but also as a thriller, and those don't always mix well together. I think the supporting cast, that the boy who, the man who plays Kenny, while I like his character, I do think he's underutilized or underwritten, because I do find Kenny's character interesting, because he does have Down syndrome, and obviously you do feel sorry for him, and obviously he has to have extra help and everything from his sister, obviously Lynn, and also his mother, and support workers as well. But I mean, even though it's Lynn's story, I do wish we had a little bit more with Kenny. Even though he is sometimes with Lynn in the film, we don't get enough about him. We don't understand enough about him. I'd also say, yeah, this is not a very rewatchable film, so that's why I'm putting it in my mixed. Yeah, so take of that what you will. Like, I think it's not a very rewatchable film because of the themes and everything, but yeah, I wouldn't watch it again anytime soon, but not for a while. Now, moving on to the negatives, I think the script doesn't give enough for Vanessa Kirby sometimes. Sometimes I think a lot of the emotional weight is up to her, basically. I think she mostly improvises that stuff. And I think without her, I think the film wouldn't work as well. Like, again, her performance is great. I think a lot of the film and the script is up to her. So I feel like she was the one that really made an impact on the film. And again, without her, I think it would have differed. And while the film raises some powerful ideas about poverty and gentrification, I just feel like they didn't lean into those aspects as much as I was hoping for. I was hoping there was going to be more to that. Overall, I would say the film is worth watching, even for Vanessa Kirby's performance alone. But yeah, it's not the strongest story. I mean, the execution, I think the whole film relies on style over substance, which can sometimes be an issue for films. But yeah, I do think it's worth watching. So, but yeah, despite my few issues with the film, I do think it is still worth watching, at least for Vanessa Kirby's performance alone. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it is worth watching, I'd say. So I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10, which is 3.5 star. So if you do have a Netflix subscription, do check it out, but I wouldn't say go out of your way to get a subscription to watch the film if you haven't already. So yeah, might have been a quick review, but I can only get out so much. So yeah, if you enjoyed my review, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you've watched the film already. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.